Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Ghosts and Spirits news video. I promised the other day I was going to incorporate more news dedicated videos throughout certain themes on my YouTube channel. The other day I did one focusing on a cryptids and monsters news video. Now in this case it has to do with ghosts and spirits, and there's not just one but two fascinating articles to talk about with regards to this new phenomenon, I guess you could call it, that is popping up on Google Maps. When I was reading the information on both of these cases, it instantly hit my mind, like, of course, if we're taking video or evidence of ghosts in one way, why can't it be captured a second way? And so I've included the links for both of these cases. They just happened apparently just the other day, at least in the sense of when they were being reported, and it has to do with this. Apparently there is evidence showcasing on Google Maps with regards to ghost images being captured on there. So let's go ahead and let's talk about all the interesting info associated with these two cases. First off, yes indeed, Google Maps, I mean, you know it, I know it. It's that wonderful application that you can see everything in terms of driving directions or seeing a city or a street, whatever is the case, right there on your computer or on your phone. And of course the best part of Google Maps is seeing like a point of view shot directly from the streets themselves. You've seen those cars, if you've been lucky enough like I have here in Austin, you've seen those cars in person that have those multiple cameras on top of their car, and then that way they capture every single street within your town. And then the coolest part now, I've noticed now, is that the stuff is coming up in full 3D, like 3D in the sense that you can drive around almost as if you were totally there. But yes, this phenomenon is apparently coming up on said Google Maps, and it's this. Those cars that are driving around that are capturing these images of the streets, well, guess what? Apparently they are inadvertently capturing ghosts right on those same cameras. Doesn't that make sense? Once I read that, I was thinking, of course that this could happen. Anything involving ghost hunts, ghost investigations, everyone is always taking out their cameras and trying to take pictures to capture that evidence. Well, aren't those also cameras on top of the Google cars? And if they're taking all these thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures on a daily basis throughout their travels, like each car is probably taking thousands on each a day, isn't there a good chance that they'll capture a ghost within those images? And without knowing, of course, that they've done so, those images just automatically get uploaded to Google Maps for each particular section of each street. So in this case, we have two locations that apparently have captured ghost images. So let's show both of them here. First one apparently was in Mexico, in the state of Chihuahua. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And this one in the town called Delicias. You're looking at the image now. So when the Google Map car was driving by, in this case this home, there's that red car that showcases in front of that car what looks like a really scary looking woman's face, like a ghost child. Apparently people are calling this. This is a child with blondish hair. She looks like just has an unnerving look to her, like she's staring clearly straight at the camera as it's passing by, noticing it, in other words, clearly making the viewer know that yes, I see you, something along those lines. So here you have this image that was captured right on that street, and immediately people are trying to see, is this truly a ghost that was captured there, or could it be something else, a trick of the eye, something along those lines? It's still debated to this day whether it's an optical illusion, but it does look pretty real to me, because especially on the zoomed in portion, you can kind of see how the blurriness matches the surrounding area. It doesn't look off, in other words. It doesn't look like it's something where it was just planted there. Who knows? I mean, today's technology, especially on video editing or image editing, is so good that something could have been done to this thing, especially with, as the article is mentioning, the so-called ghost camera apps, where you can incorporate your own picture within that. But this one, it looks pretty good. And so this is the first one that was encountered there on Google Maps. I don't know how someone found this. I imagine that they just probably were trying to find a direction and on Google Maps, and then they saw this standing out within one particular image. But yes, at least this is the one that happened there in the town of Delicia. It's pretty eerie, huh, when you look at it, because it makes you think that this ghost that was there, it was watching the Google car the entire time as it was passing. And then that way, when it got right to the front shot and it took that picture, there it was staring dead center straight at us. So creepy stuff. Some of the optical illusions, though, that people are stating is that it could actually be a doll on the window, like, cause you can see a window behind it. That's a pretty big doll, though, so don't know about that one. Another one is that it could be a poster that is also tied to or stuck on that window as well. Not really sure about that one, because if you look kind of closely, you can kind of see how the background of the window kind of is transparent. Like, you can see from the ghost's transparency part of the background of the window as well. So who knows? But in this case, those are some of the theories, and I use that in quotations, as to what this thing is. So pretty interesting stuff. I thought that was a really good, in this case, entry when it comes to Google Maps. And then the second time that apparently there has been a proof of something involving Google Maps is this. Like in this case, capturing ghostly images is this. You're looking at it now. This one actually happened in the U.S., Indiana to be specific, in a city called Lawrence. This one makes more sense in how it was found, because there was a guy by the name of Colton Kesey. He stated he was looking up something within an area nearby his grandparents' house. He was using Google Maps just for it, and as he was looking around, he saw this image presented on a house nearby his grandparents' house. Looks freaky, right? It looks like there's something there, something that's considered unsettling, right there visible in right behind that white picket fence. And so there it is, also standing in front, like dead center, looking straight at the camera as it's passing by. This one, though, I'm kind of a little more hesitant onto it being like a real ghost image, only because this one does look more off. Like, it does look like it's, I don't know, manipulated, or it looks strange. Like, it doesn't look like it's real compared to the rest of it. Not real in the sense like, you know, like, are ghosts real or that kind of dialogue. No, more in the sense like it doesn't look like it belongs within the rest of the image. It just looks off, like fake CGI. You know how when you see that in movies, it just stands out in a very particular way. That's what I see here. But if you believe in this case, this being like a real thing and not an optical illusion, this thing has been described as a small demon child there just standing in front of the house. It has this greenish skin, this dark hair, and then there it is, just making its presence known for everyone to see. What I was hoping for with both of these articles was that there would be a very specific spot, like a down to the coordinates, that you could find these images there, like right there on Google Maps. And otherwise, I would gladly post it right below so that way you can see these images there. The big red flag, though, that has come up after reading these two articles is the fact that they didn't share these locations specifically. So that kind of, you know, makes me hesitant to say that both of these are 100% real. The first one looks more real than the second one, but still, that red flag makes me wonder, you know, what's going on. If they were presented with the actual locations that you can find right now just typing away, that would make it so much more neat. And there are ventures out there that people have done when it comes to Google Maps. Maps. There are websites, and I've traversed them in the past, where you can go and you can find the weirdest oddities within the entire world, and every day people find new things that these cameras, especially on the satellite ones, just happen to capture. In this case, though, with these being two ghostly images, it seems like there's a whole new angle being captured. But why did they not have the actual locations to find them? So that way, just like on those websites, you could do the very same hunt at the same time and see everything that everyone is talking about right there on your own computer. Here, you do not have that option. So, anyways, what are your guys' thoughts when it comes to these ghostly images? Doesn't it make perfect sense? These cars, here you have them taking so many pictures. Why wouldn't they capture a ghostly image? Do you think one is more real than the other one? Do you think they're both fake? Do you think they're both absolutely real? Please post your comments below. That'd be great to hear. Also, if you know of any like fantastic stuff ever captured on Google Maps, like the weird, the unusual, anything else, then please, if you wanted to post those coordinates too, that would be so awesome to see and share with everyone. I love it anytime some new article comes up that showcases the weirdest things captured on Google Maps. So, alright everybody, thanks again as always. Take care.